Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy G Money back at it again with another video on the G35. So like I always say, you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe right down below this video and put a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you don't like it, put a thumbs down. But if you happen to subscribe to the channel, click on that notification bell. That way you can get a notification to when I upload a video on the channel. But anyways, so this video right here, like I said, it's on the G35. So I'm gonna have to put another thing on the list of what's been replaced on the G35. So I haven't really did a video on what I've done on the G35 that's been replaced, but I do have a G35 with over 180,000 miles, so it's kind of up there in mileage. But that being said, let's get this video started. So like I said, I'm gonna give you a list of things that's been done to my G35, and when you tally it all up, it's kind of pricey, and you're probably like, you should have got another car. That's what everybody's saying. You put so much money in the car, but I just can't get rid of it, and I end up putting more money in it. But today another thing got put on the list, so I had to replace the starter on the G35. That being said, I just recently got terminals on the battery. For some reason on the positive, the terminal wasn't making connection. I had tightened it all the way and it just ended up being loose, so I had to order that. So I got that replaced. But today I had an issue in the morning where the car started and kind of hesitated and then turned on. So that was a heads up that something was gonna go wrong, and sure enough, when we went to go to Dunkin' Donuts, the car didn't come back on. So I checked the terminals and made sure they're making that good connection, and I just got a new battery, so that was another thing on the list that I had, but it wasn't starting. So when I put the ignition all the way, it did like a click, and it kind of sounded like it wanted to turn, but it wasn't turning. So I ended up having to get a new starter installed. So that's on the list of things that's been replaced. So basically everything that I've installed on this G35, the starter now, the terminals, a new battery, had the radiator replaced. So on that I had the radiator replaced, but whoever installed it, they didn't set it perfectly where it needs to be, so it was kind of angled, and sure enough it started cracking, and it ended up going bad. So I had to get another replacement on the radiator and had that installed the proper way. So if you ever do have to replace your radiator, make sure it sits perfectly and make sure it's the right one, because if not, you will have trouble with that. But yeah, the radiator's been replaced. The control arms, I got to replace the one on the passenger side, the lower control arm. I mistakenly got the one for the driver's side, thinking because I would hear rattling, and I thought it was that side, but it ended up being the passenger side. You can see the bushing and everything, it's just worn off. So I already got the part for that, but that's another thing that has to be replaced. What else? The big one, recently, the transmission, I had to get that replaced and rebuilt because the transmission went out. That was a headache right there. The valve body, the drive shaft was replaced. Basically a whole new transmission. Got new spark plugs, new wires, new fuel injectors. Everything basically got redone where the engine got a new tune-up. I do need to replace, like I said, the valve cover, so that's something that's going to be added onto the list. That doesn't even begin with the tires, because because the rear camber is still the original. My tires are starting to cave in, so I purchased the camber, the Godspeed, so I'm gonna have to get those put on. That way I can fix my camber, because before I got those, my tires were getting eaten up in the middle, or you know, towards the inner part of the tire, and you know, they weren't wasn't you know, warranting them out because it was something on my part. So I got that to deal with, but now that I got that camber, it'll fix the issue, and I still got to buy another tire, and those are not cheap. I get the Needle brand, the 255, so you know, that's something else. But yeah, this is just a basic list of what's been done on the G. So I mean, if you have any issues with your Infiniti, you might want to comment me and make sure, you know, you can ask me, because I might have went through the same issue as, you know, you might experience. So you know, I got all this knowledge on, you know, on my car, but I guess that's a good thing, because you know, now I know where things are and what to replace. But you know, I do want to upgrade the engine, get an intake, you know, do all that, get new suspension. You know, I do want to do all that, but you know, unfortunately, I had to rebuild the car, which, you know, now that it has 180,000, but it's getting so many new parts, it's like basically a new car. But yeah, so this was just a little video on the G35, what's been done, and you know, hopefully it helped you out, or hopefully I can help you out if, you know, you have one of these issues. Oh, that doesn't even bring another thing that was on the list. I had to get a whole new exhaust system because I got test pipes and they didn't weld it right, and yeah, it caused a big old headache. Just basically everything went wrong. But you know, like I said, this is just a little video, but I'll see you on the next one. And yeah, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe right down below the video. But you have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.